3 of their starting offensive linemen are officially doubtful or questionable, but they're not playing. So that could help that rush defense we always make fun of for San Jose State. So there's a positive. They're going to somehow pull off the win, which will be without Tyler Winston because he's gone as well. That'll be interesting to see what happens. But what do you think? I know how much you love BYU. So what do you think is going to happen? Are you going to be forced to pick them to win?
I hate BYU, but I have to pick them to win. The 13.5. That I hate to say that sounds about right, but that pretty much sounds about right.
I would so much love for San Jose State, like Tyler Ervin, to go off for like 250 total yards, like 50 passing, 200 on the ground. You got Kenny Potter throwing against his defense. BYU is going to win, but I think it's going to be a hard-fought game more than most people think. I think it'll be. I'm going to go for San Jose State to cover, like a 10-point BYU win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and they remember the 2012 game where they lost, so they're going to want some revenge there. Next game, Utah State at New Mexico, 1:30 Mountain Time, CBS Sports Network.
So I said BYU 14-point, right?
Yeah.
And you said San Jose State, or you said BYU 10-point.
Yeah, BYU will win but not cover.
Yeah, okay, I see that.
Next game, this is interesting. Utah State's a road
border war.
Oh, you want to go? Oh, sorry, mine does not go chronological. I apologize. Border war on lovely ESPN3.
We have 2 rivalries. 2? Yeah, 2 and a sort of third.
What's the third?
We have 2 rivalries. Sort of third would be Hawaii UNLV, but we have 2 rivalries early in the afternoon.
Yeah, we'll start with CSU Wyoming. Rams are 11-point favorite. Here's the thing. I think I'm right in saying this, but I think Colorado State is the twin equivalent to Nevada. We don't know what's going to come out in any given game.
You think it's like they're Nevada's doppelganger?
Yes, exactly. But they're worse because Colorado State's. They really could be 5-3, but they're 3-5. They could really be 6-2 if you think about it.
Theoretically, yes.
Theoretically, we'll go back to that again.
You know what? I'm a chemist. I deal in theoreticals.
Hey, theoretically, they could be 8-0.
No, not theoretically, because they got manhandled by both Boise and San Diego State.
Yeah, oh man, can I don't get a chance to talk about Maxwell Smith this week. Dang it. This game, Rams are 11-point favorite. Here's the thing. It's not the stupid cliche about rivals and all that garbage, but honestly, I can see Brian Hill just running over this Rams defense and having a huge game and just maybe pull the upset.
Wyoming?
Yeah.
I totally see that.
Dang it, you agree with me.
Yeah, no. I totally see that. Here's the thing, though. Wyoming's defense has to be there.
Can they stop Hollywood Higgins, though?
No, that's why I said there has to be a defense there in order for Wyoming to win. You know?
Oh, no, agree. Their secondary is young, and they got Joe Hansley. They have a couple receivers. Kyvan Cartwright, tight end. Joe Hansley, obviously, Rashard Higgins, Hollywood Higgins. I like the photo I saw a while back. I think I put it for one of our articles, not to kind of veer off to the side, but he's wearing sunglasses and the eye black.
Oh, boy.
I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Is Nick Smith who's starting for Wyoming? Have we checked on that yet? Is it still Nick Smith again?
I want to say yes. I think Nick Smith is
yes. Second career start. That's right. So he did okay versus Utah State. Like the first half, he did. I remember we talked about he didn't get many yards, but he's reasonably efficient moving the ball. But
exactly, and for a team that focuses so much on running, he was effective enough. Here's the thing. This is a rivalry. And what do we know about rivalries? Anything can happen. You know, by the way, which trophy this is?
Bronze boot, of course.
This is the bronze boot. Okay, yes.
No
I
rifle,
was
but
testing you.
it's good. Thank you. I passed.
You've been doing this damn thing for 7 years.
No kidding. I better know what
We've been doing it together for 5. We should know
something.
something. Exactly.
You would think. Here's the thing: the best player in the usually you want to go with the team that has the best player, and Brian Hill, I think, and even Tanner Gentry is just as playing just as well, at least numbers wise, as Rashard Higgins. If Nick Smith can get together with, if assuming I shouldn't assume, but I believe Tanner Gentry's back in this game. I should check on that now. But we say this every week, but Wyoming has an offense. They just, like I said, their defense is just garbage.
That's the thing. Offensively, this team has what it takes to win. Defensively, they don't. And because the defense is like that, I suspect there might be some rumblings in Laramie.
Not this year, no.
No, not this year, but I think there are probably people who aren't too pleased that they're 1-7 or 1-8.
Probably not. There's a plenty of people, including us, thought bowl game was a legitimate possibility.
Right, and their offense is showing bowl game is a possibility. Their defense has not shown, and I mean losing Nziocha was apparently that big of a deal.
Yeah, and then they even how bad the team is. They should never have lost to Eastern Michigan, North Dakota, I believe. Was that right?
North Dakota, Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, App State they wouldn't have beat. It looks like, according to the depth chart, no Tanner Gentry in this game. But technically, Cameron Kaufman's listed as an or with Nick Smith, but Nick Smith's going to be starting this week, so disregard that, folks. But without Tanner Gentry, no. Here's the thing. Nick Stevens is a good enough quarterback. Yeah, he's shown he's been inconsistent at times, hasn't been all that great. Especially look at the San Diego State game. He did not play well there. While I said I could see Wyoming pulling it off because how much I like Brian Hill, that's probably my love for Brian Hill overshadowing how bad Wyoming really is. I'm going to take the Rams to win and cover big. I think Higgins is going to have a huge game as well as will Nick Stevens.
Ooh.
I'm talking like 40-10 win or something.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh. I don't think CSU is going to cover.
Ooh. Interesting.
I think they'll win. I don't think they're going to cover. I think it's going to be a field goal game.
Interesting. Okay. That I get I can see how that happening, but I disagree with that assessment. All right, let's move on. We got a couple more games. So Utah State at New Mexico, as I prematurely.
No, Commander-in-Chief.
Really? They're at the same time. You want to go Commander-in-Chief? Fine.
Wait, they're at the same time?
Okay,
fine. Utah State, New Mexico.
Yes. All right, Utah State, New Mexico. Here's the thing. New Mexico's rush offense is pretty good. And unless Utah State's getting back their defensive linemen they're missing from last week or past couple weeks, this could be like an upset in the making, even though they're somehow 14-point favorite.
No, yeah, I'm totally waiting for this football Bob awaits.
So do you think with because I'm looking at Utah State, because here's the thing with Utah State, they are quietly having one of the better running backs in the conference. They're finally giving him the ball, even though technically on the depth chart it's still Lawan Hunt for some reason. I'm thinking Matt Wells just took the same depth chart from week 1 and just photocopied it the rest of the week for us, not changing it one bit. And yeah, but Devontae Mays has played extremely well, and Cat Myers is still getting better. And I'm looking at the defense. Who was it there? Wasn't David Moala their nose guard they're missing? Was that correct?
Yes.
He's back starting in this game. So that's a huge Aztec fans will say one guy doesn't make a difference, which true, it's partially true. But nose tackle is a huge position, especially against run-heavy teams, and even more especially in what New Mexico does with their, I don't know what the heck to call their offense, a hybrid pistol run. It's basically a run option attack. That's all I can call it because they'll do pistol, they'll do triple option, there'll be fullback dives, read option, zone reads, the single veer with the quarterback. So it's like it's just an option offense. They have many options.
Yeah, absolutely, and they use all those options, whether it's Lamar Jordan at quarterback or Austin Apodaca at quarterback.
And right now, I'm looking at their depth chart. Starters to be determined between Jordan and Austin Apodaca. Because Apodaca started last week. We know he's the more of the throwing style quarterback. Lamar Jordan's not bad, but Apodaca can throw a bit better than him. And
deep.
I like Utah State, but man, we both like New Mexico quite a bit. And they're sitting at 4-4. And again, let's reiterate: if New Mexico wins every game the rest of the way, they are your Mountain Division champions.
That's a terrifying thought.
Don't you forget it. Yeah, they have to play Utah State.
They have a gauntlet to go
Boise
through,
State,
it's there.
Colorado
It is very
State.
possible, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but they have to play.
So what I'm looking here is that Utah State gives up about 150 yards rushing per game. And we know that New Mexico, it's actually down from this year. They only rush for slightly under 250 yards per game. They actually pass for a lot more this year, 133 yards per game.
Well, it's not Cole Gauchi back there.
It isn't Cole Gauchi back there. But that's going to be your biggest difference. And so if that's the case, I'm looking at Terrion Gibson. I'm looking at Carlos Wiggins in that kind of wildcat formation, but out as a receiver, I'm looking for these guys to kind of build that rush game because they're not the ones who are going to burst through the middle. They're more bouncing out on the outside, just like Devontae Mays. But you see Terrion Gibson's stats a little bit worse than Mays is right now, but you also realize that Terrion Gibson has 2 or 3 other guys behind him who also run the ball.
Yeah, you got Taj Gibson. Yeah, you got plenty of guys back there.
Yep.
I'd say when Utah State getting their nose tackle back or nose guard back, they're gonna win. But they're gonna put a scare because look what Donnell Pumphrey did and Chase Price did. Yeah, I know they're missing a key player, but the rush. Here's the thing: Utah State's rush defense is not as bad as against San Diego State, and it's not as good as its best game this year. I believe I forget who that would be again, Boise State or something. But that's
look what Brian Hill did last week too.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, but they still didn't have Moela back there in the nose tackle position either. He was out as well. So that could be a difference, but I expect Lobos to put up yards, but I think Utah State will win. But I'll say this. I think Utah State's going to win and cover, but it'll be like an interesting game where Utah State's defense will force Apodaca or Jordan in some interceptions when they actually throw the ball out of the 10 times they throw it. I think there'll be some turnovers because that's what they do, and they'll win. Mostly because of that, but Lobos are going to put a scare for most of the game. It won't be any sort of blowout, but it'll be like a kind of like what you said last week versus UNLV Boise, where it was pretty close throughout, where eventually Utah State will pull away late in the game.
Hey, Jeremy?
Yeah?
Guess what?
What?
Stupid upset pick.
Yes.
I think New Mexico is going to put even more of a scare than what you think. I think it's not just going to be competitive for 3 quarters. It's going to be competitive till the 4th quarter. And I think you're right. Turnovers is the key. I think there's going to be a big turnover in the 4th quarter. And I think Damian Gamblin, who's shown up as a really reliable receiver for New Mexico this year, is going to catch the winning touchdown for New Mexico.
Why don't you just say it? Why don't you have your stupid upset pick? They'll win the Mountain Division and beat Boise State down the road too.
Because that would imply that Boise's going to lose on their home turf next week.
Okay, mark that down. Chris picks New Mexico to beat Utah State. Next game, let's finally get to the CIC game. Where
look, have I been right on a stupid upset pick this season?
Probably not. I'm not keeping track.
No, I don't think I've actually been right on a stupid upset.
Ever?
Ever. Unless you count UNLV Nevada this season. But I didn't consider that a stupid upset pick.
Upset, but not stupid upset.
Right, exactly.
All right,
It's
Army.
stupid upset for a reason.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. Air Force is sneaky good. Not sneaky good. They're good. because the only teams they've lost to have been really good teams. They host Air Force on ESPNU, another afternoon game, 1:30. Air Force needs to win the game to have a chance to did Navy win this Commander-in-Chief last year?
No, I believe Air Force did.
Okay, so if Air Force wants to retain it, they need to beat Army and somehow Army beat Navy, but that's probably not going to happen. But just saying. If you want your uniform update, Air Force is going with all blue. They announced earlier, which is a pretty nice look for them. They're at home. I still don't know how they lost to Colorado State. They lost to Navy, who's good. They lost to Michigan State, who's really good. And I think they're at the point, like we talked about, they played Fresno and Hawaii, but Army's on that same level. What they rushed the ball? What did we say? 89 times versus Hawaii or something like that? 80 rushes?
Something of that sort. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And they found their guy. Owens is finally getting the carries he deserves, and that's what this game's going to be. It's just going to be, 83 rushes last week. Jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
But it's going to be Owens, Benton Washington, and then whoever else is going to run the ball. It's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, it's going to be fairly ridiculous here.
It's 17 points at home. Army, they're just not very good. It's weird. Navy's always good. Air Force has always been good. And then last year there was when they couldn't move the football last year. Like a few of the coach from did you notice? Hold on, really quick. Did you notice Army blocked Air Force on Twitter?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's pretty fun. It's like, it's rivalry week when that happens. That's pretty good, I would say. What is Navy? They run the triple option, so it's not like what the defenders they're going to be used to it because they've run it in practice. They don't really have a quarterback. They have two guys who combined for 59 attempts. 63 total for the year. Here's the thing. It's their quarterback, AJ Sherman.
Army lost to Furman. That's all you have to know.
Oh, okay. Here's one thing where Air Force really needs to take into account. I'm not joking, but Army averages over 5 yards a carry, and that's pretty good. That's very good. So watch out for that. But Army's going to lose. Air Force will win by 3 touchdowns or something, and they will become.
I'm there. I'm with you on that one.
So, what do you think their chances are winning out to represent the Mountain Division then?
Looking at it here.
Because they still have to play Boise and Utah State.
And New Mexico.
Yeah.
And I think they'll lose one of the 3.
To who, though? That's a big question.
I don't know. I have not decided that yet.
You haven't decided.
By obvious choice, I should say Boise State.
On the road. They want revenge.
On the road.
And I believe this will be the first time they played at Boise in the Mountain West Conference, right?
No, they played in 2011 when they first won.
They did? I thought they... Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just they played back-to-back at Air Force when they added teams. Maybe that was it. So you're not going to call Air Force New Mexico battle for the Mountain title?
Nope, not unless my stupid upset pick becomes correct.
Okay, just making sure. I want to keep asking that because we know how much you like the Lobos and Football Bob.
Hey, who cannot love Football Bob?
Look at him. Look at him. Go look at a video or GIF I made of him dancing in the locker room.
Exactly.
All right, the late game, like you said before, quasi rivalry. Hawaii at UNLV. The line jumped to 10 points. UNLV's a double-digit favorite.
UNLV's ranked. UNLV's a double-digit favorite. Hey, Jeremy, are you planning on betting on this game, or are you going against UNLV in this game?
I should run to 90 minutes to Wendover and put a parlay in a couple of these games. I'm pretty sure I could do a parlay picking UNLV, Air Force, and Nevada. If I want to be risky, I think BYU.
UNLV wants revenge from last year's game.
Yeah, they should.
Absolutely. Like they shouldn't have lost last year. And they lost on a very silly, unsportsmanlike conduct after they scored, allowing Hawaii to win the game. If you think about it, That's a lot of crazy crap to happen. And I think Sanchez is taking that into account. He's planning for that.
Yeah, and then we also have Hawaii with a new. We'll get to it now. A new interim head coach, not Don Bailey, not their defensive coordinator. It is their offensive line coach who's taking over as the head coaching job, and he's putting a little discipline, kind of being tough on the team this week, which is what you expect when you have a new coach out there and everything. Ace wants to make his. It's Chris Nuoli. If those are wondering, I'm looking up the name at the same time, passing time. But there, do you think there'll be much motivation, or hey, we got a new coach, let's play good for him? Do you think that's any reason to suspect a possible win for Hawaii?
Honestly, I don't know. The biggest thing UNLV has to worry about is their pass defense. They give up something insane. Like I want to say they give up like over 400 yards of passing a game.
But again, their passing game's terrible, and they're starting Ike Woosley again. Max Whittick's not starting this game. Woosley's
Whittick isn't starting.
That's what I believe. That's what I saw. I'll double check, but I believe I saw earlier today that's Woosley making the start.
Okay, there's nothing. I mean.
But regardless, I don't care if it's Woosley or if it's Max Whittick. Why do you try? I wouldn't. That should be a concern, but I think you might be making too big a deal of it.
Really, you think so?
I could count on more than probably on both of my hands. Or that's a dumb analogy. There's multiple times. Sorry, I was gonna say something funny, but it wasn't coming out as well as I planned.
You said both of my hands.
Whatever. 100. I'm checking right now, but I believe Hawaii has passed for under 100 yards in multiple games this year.
And UNLV gives up 258 yards a game.
So not 400, like you said.
Through the air. Might as well be.
Might as well be. Hawaii's only throwing, 194 per game. That can't be right. That's too high for them. Yeah, okay. Ohio State.
Here's the thing: Hawaii only averages 15.9 points per game.
Yeah, they don't score.
They've gotten shut out 4 times, I think, this season.
Multiple times. Ohio State, Boise State, and Wisconsin. 3 times.
3 times.
Or did
they scored the lone touchdown versus Air Force last week?
Yeah. But still. So I don't know what. They're not very good. Hawaii, new coach in town. I'm checking right now really quick to see if
UNLV's playing this game at home. That UNLV should win.
They should win.
10 points. They'll cover.
I'm checking really quick. I want to see. Dang it. Yeah, Woosley. Oh, wait, that was last week. Sorry. It doesn't matter. It can be Woosley or whoever. But it doesn't matter. UNLV should win. You were right because I was disappointed. I mistook their defense not being very good, and they played pretty well versus Boise State last week. They're better than I should.
Last quarter.
Yeah, except for the most part. For the most part, they played well, and they should shut down this team Hawaii. And should I dare pick them to win and cover?
You'd be doing a very dangerous thing because it'd be you doing it, not me.
Exactly. I'll do it. I'll take it. I'll take UNLV and cover.
So,
boom. Let's go to the coaching news really quick. So, apparently,
are you gonna want to answer the other 2 Twitter questions?
Oh, I don't have my tweet deck up here. What are the questions? Why did our stream stop working?
First of all, if the College Football Committee made an anti-top 25 worst teams, how many Mountain West teams would be in it?
Hawaii.
Just 1.
Really?
Hawaii,
bottom 25? So bottom 25?
Okay, fine. 2. Hawaii and Wyoming right
now. Hawaii, Wyoming. No, Fresno. Include Fresno. Come on.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So second question was, if you had to pick any FBS team to join the Mountain West, if Hawaii football or something happened to Hawaii, what would it be? Who would it?
We know who
I think that should be obvious.
We know who it should be, right?
We know who it should be. It should be BYU, no matter how much we hate them.
Yeah, that's the smart business decision.
Mm-hmm.
So, as for a team that'd be fun to add, North Dakota State would be interesting.
If you're talking about FCS versus FBS, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It's BYU. If there's any team, if there's any chance you go after them, I don't care what happened or however much BYU fans hate it or whatever. If there's a chance, bring them back in. Smart move. More money. Who doesn't want more money for the conference, right?
Yep.
All right, so that's our question. So let's discuss a little bit because we're gonna wrap up here. It's getting late. The Hawaii coaching news. June Jones, really? Really? Does it have to be June Jones?
See, I don't know if you can see my face right now.
No, I don't have it up. You're slapping. You're smiling. There we go.
Yeah, I guess.
So apparently, according to certain people, it's his job to lose, depending on what they will offer him if he'll take it, which, like I said before, I think I said it during the show, maybe it's before, but whatever peanuts they're offering, June Jones will have to accept if he wants to coach again. And I don't know if he will because he made about $2 million at SMU, and Norm Chow is making, about $600,000?
Yeah, something like that.
They're losing money. They had to pay a buyout. I don't know. I don't see the other choice, which is shocking as well, is Pat Hill, former Fresno State head coach, is in the running. But you know what? I'm pretty sure you know this. But
Are you sure it's Pat Hill or Pat Hill's mustache? Is that a...
I like his mustache actually. But I'm sure you're already aware of this about that. But Pat Hill, you know how Pat Hill, he hasn't done much in a couple of years. He's been on the Fresno State broadcast. He must think highly of himself because he thought he would just get a phone call to be the Hawaii head coach or be considered. Not that he actually had to apply for the job.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, that he expected his phone to ring to get an interview for this job. But I haven't heard him wanting to be a head coach in a long time. That surprised me. You're surprised as I am.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, Bob.
You don't think that's the case?
No. If that's the case, then I should be totally up for the job, for the Hawaii job.
I'm going to go with what I think that's the case because I don't think not saying he's not deserving to maybe get that job, but he has shown no interest to want to get back in coaching.
Yeah, he's having too much fun being a
radio guy. So that's why I think it's shocking. But then also there's 5 candidates so far. Apparently the other 3 are not up to par. However, if it's to believe to those other, at least 2 of the 5 are 2 others. If you go by the Honolulu Star Advertiser, whoops, I put advisor in my article. I need to fix that.
Yeah,
that's not right. Let's do that now here. Dang it, stupid. Whatever. But Nick Rolovich has reportedly applied. Stephen Tsai from the Advertiser, not the Advisor, Advertiser, said he is applied or will apply as of a couple days ago. I find it hard to believe that he is not in consideration or being a lesser candidate. Right?
Yeah, might as well.
No, but I mean, basically what we were, like, you and me were told, like, the same info here, that Pat Hill and June Jones are the guys. Everybody else is basically whatever. I don't see where Nick Rolovich will be whatever.
I mean, he'd be very much up for it. I would say, though, another name that's floating around there is Keone Sitake.
Kalani Sitake, that would be my number 1 pick, hands down.
Yeah, I know that. You've said that multiple times.
Hey, I'm just saying. Do you feel the same? Do you feel the same way about him, or
he's more qualified than I am. So that's a start.
Is that your baseline? Who's more qualified than me?
Yes, but no, I think Sataki would be a very, very good get. Yeah, I like to think more outside the box in terms of head coaching hires. You have to be innovative, and especially in order to win at Hawaii in a Hawaii program that's going downhill. That's why I think Sataki would be kind of a fresh get and kind of a good choice.
Because he'd bring defense.
Which is weird.
He's the reason Utah was anywhere competitive the first couple years in the Pac-12, despite them having a couple losing seasons. He's the main reason why they were not just atrocious for 2 years. You know who's not getting the job that's reportedly applied? Have you heard of Rich Biano?
I know this name. Where do I know this name from?
You shouldn't know the name. Well, he did play in the NFL for 11 years. He apparently, our guy Keith says this thing's been floating around as the same thing from Steven Tsai from the Advertiser. He has no collegiate coaching experience. He did coach high school for 2 years, but resigned and did not coach the 2015 season. So he has 2 years of head coaching experience, 2013, 2014, high school level only. Yet somehow his name is getting considered for this job.
Because Tony Sanchez, that's why.
Dude, this guy couldn't be Tony Sanchez, offensive quarterback coach at Bishop Gorman.
Look, I'm just throwing things out there, thinking outside the box here.
They need to spend as least money as possible, right?
Okay. That's why I'm saying hire me. Yeah, I'm willing to work for $150,000.
You can't sell to less than 200. Come on, you're in Hawaii. It's expensive.
I don't need that much to live. I don't need that much of a house or anything like that.
Okay, 150 plus the living expenses. Is that good?
I'll do you better. 120 plus living expenses.
All right, so
I'm a deal, people.
Gotcha. So who's going to be the head coach? Is it really going to be June Jones again?
No. I don't think June Jones will take less than so much money, and I'm not sure Hawaii's willing to give him so much money.
That's what it sounds like, because here's the exact quote we have. It's his job as long as he's willing to take what they can offer. Meaning you're getting what you get, and that's it. And it's not going to be much.
And here's the thing. Here's the other thing. They just changed the name back to the Rainbow Warriors. It was June Jones.
There's that too.
It was June Jones's doing for them to be the Hawaii Warriors.
All right, I'm officially boycotting this June Jones because that means we'll never see those excellent Rainbow Warrior uniforms.
Yeah, we're not going to see the Rainbow Warrior uniforms again. I'm not a fan of this.
Pat Hill it is?
Pat Hill.
I'm not excited. I'm not excited about him either.
Kalani Sitake.
Yeah, go Kalani Sitake or even Nick Rolovich. I would like that as well. Even though he hasn't been, he's been okay offensively, but unless he's going to bring the pistol to the island.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, but you always think Hawaii is a throwing team, not a.
There's that. Like, people are saying Polynesian guys just because you got Robert and I at BYU. I don't know if he'd want to do that because he's an older guy, never been a head coach ever. That's what Norm Chow was. But Norm Chow was a better offensive coordinator throughout his career. So we'll see. I think they need to take their time because there's two things at stake here. If they know their guy, get him now if they can. Like if it's Kalani Sitake, Oregon State's not going bowling, try to get him now to get going. Or wait until the season's officially over. Because if they wait, there's 10 head coaching openings right now. There's probably going to be at least 5 more. By the time things spin around or whatever, they're going to get nothing left. So if they know their guy, get him now. Whether it's June Jones, Nick Rolovich, Pat Hill, anybody else, if it's their guy.
Chris Andros.
Sure, Chris Andros there, yes. You can officially apply. Have you gone to the website to apply yet?
I have not.
You should.
I was gonna write my article of my resume and possibly.
Exactly. But that makes sense, right? Get your guy now if you know your guy because you may miss out on him.
Exactly.
All right, I think that wraps up. We've done enough coaching talk. We previewed all the games. I got a lot of work to do on this dang podcast now, just because it quit halfway through. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, check us out, mwcconnection.com. We got games Thursday, Friday, Saturday afternoon. Keep up for the coaching search. There'll be some news probably on that tomorrow, most likely. But yeah, follow Chris on Twitter, Greek Padre, future Hawaii head football coach. Too early to say? Do I jinx it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Don't jinx it. Yeah.
If I can get an adjunct chemistry teaching job there as well,
that'll supplement. There you go.
Exactly. Backup. Come on.
Backup. Hey, you're one step closer if you're on campus.
Exactly.
All right, so that's what we got for tonight. Again, check us out: iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud. Leave us a review if you please.
Hey, Google Music or something like that.
That's right. What's it exactly called? Google Play Music in the near future. That's we're submitted. We're good to go. We'll let you know, because if you have an Android, you're out of luck. But Stitcher saved my life for years because I don't have an iPhone, so I go with Android, the superior product. What's your phone of choice? Do you have an iPhone?
No.
I don't think
LG.
So. Perfect. Excellent. Love it. So that's our show for tonight. Again, mwcconnection.com. This has been your Week 10 preview and Hawaii coaching search update. We'll see you guys next time.